Welcome, everybody, to the Winners Talker here at the Meadowlands. Dave Little with you. We'll have Marcus Melander in just a moment, but for now, we want to talk to a guy that we affectionately call around here the boss, Jeff Gural, to talk about his buddy, Arthur J. Cutler. Tell us about Artie.
Oh, well, Artie was a character, and he loved this place. And we would come here a couple nights a week, truthfully, and we would meet with his friend Mush, who never won a race. That's why he got the nickname Mush. And off we would come here, and sometimes we would need money for the toll, so we had to save a couple of bucks because you had to pay a toll back then. And then Artie would go to one of his restaurants, and whatever he lost, he would take out of the cash register, and I'd be sitting there saying, "Wait a second, you know, this is a good gig." He was just a wonderful guy. Died way too soon. It was one of the worst days of my life when I got that news, and I just wish he was here celebrating somebody else's memorial. But it's been a great race over the years. This was a great race tonight, and we've seen some great horses win it. So it's always nice to come here and to remember Artie, and just a wonderful guy.
When I was reading the bio on Artie, apparently he was a pretty awesome restaurateur. Virgil's Real Barbecue and Carmine's, Ollie's Noodle Shop. I mean, this guy, he really knew what he was doing when it came to making people happy.
Well, one good thing, Carmine's was actually named after Carmine Abatello.
That's what I heard.
And when Artie was trying to get his liquor license, they thought it was named after some gangster. And the guy who was questioning Artie, he said, "Where'd you get this name Carmine's?" And he said, "Oh, didn't you ever hear of Carmine Abatello?" He says, "Carmine Abatello is my favorite driver." You got it.
Well, isn't that something?
And I might add, he got to meet Carmine Abatello before he died, so that was important to him.
What about his racetrack? Did he own horses with you? You know, were you in on horses together, or was that too young, too early in the process?
Oh no, we owned horses together. We owned a couple of mares, and actually, one of the strangest things. Right after Artie died, we had a horse that we owned and raced in the final of the New Jersey Sire Stake, and had no shot. And God got her over the line first, and it was an amazing. Everybody was like, "Holy cow!" Because this horse won, and it was like Artie was looking down, and we all felt terrible that he wasn't here in the winner's circle. But it was an amazing night. The horse never raced again.
Do you think he would have really enjoyed tonight's race? It certainly was an exciting one.
Oh yeah, he loved coming here, and he was a great restaurateur. Carmine's in Times Square is, I think, the second highest grossing restaurant in the country. And it was my idea to open that restaurant, and I never made a penny off it.
So is Artie looking down tonight and surveying the situation and saying, "Hey, that's pretty cool that this race is named for me"?
I'm sure he is. He would have loved to be here, but, you know, the best we could do is name a trotting race, usually the first big stake race of the year. And as you see, some great horses have won it. And I was glad to see Brian win. I joke. He told me he was too old when I asked him, "Why don't you drive for more?" He said, "I'm too old." So here you go.
Well, Jeff Gural, thanks very much for your memories of Artie Cutler. Let's bring in Marcus Melander, who is the trainer of tonight's winner. Of course, it was Venerate. Now, Venerate is a horse who a lot of us at the racetrack are familiar from Team Orange Crush, but you came to acquire this horse recently. What did you do to get Venerate?
We bought him. He was in the Harrisburg mix sale in November, and we put together a group, and we bought him there.
So you buy him as a 5-year-old. Isn't that a little bit late in the game?
Well, it was a 4-year-old at that time, but now he's 5, obviously, and he was a nice horse, and we didn't really have an open trotter, so yeah, that's why we bought him.
And what about the trip tonight? I mean, he comes first up for the final 3/8, and he went right by, no problem.
Yeah, he's a strong horse, and he was very good in the qualifiers, so I had high hopes for him before the race.
And what is he going to do for the rest of the year?
Probably, we staked him to everything, so he'll probably have another stakes race here in about a month and a half, so he'll probably race here in about 3 weeks in an open race or something like that.
Okay, Marcus Melander, congratulations. Venerate has won the Arthur J. Cutler Memorial here at the Meadowlands on a Saturday night.